Hey, Pro Starters, it's Chef Jackson Lamb. We're talking about Chapter 20 today, Cakes and Pies, ProStart Level 2. Hey, I'm in the bake shop here today. You can see where we've got all the equipment down here at Metro State that you would need to get through this chapter. You know, this is one of those chapters that students either love or hate. You know what's great about this chapter? It's cakes and pies. Who doesn't love to eat cakes and pies? In fact, I think many of us, especially in the classroom, recognize that, you know, if we can go home and make a pie or a cake and our whole family eats it and they love us. It's all about the love, everybody. Anyway, cakes and pies, you get through this chapter, Foundations. Hey, I just happen to have the book right here, so I'm going through the book just like you are. The first part of this chapter is all about cake batters, okay? And after that, they kind of describe categories of cakes. They call them high-fat or creamed cakes versus egg foam cakes. Boy, those words don't sound the most nutritious, but when we think about it, high-fat or cream cakes, these are the regular types of birthday cakes that we are normally exposed to. They've got butter in there, and there's probably some level of shortening. As we get into the egg foam cakes, those are mostly egg-based, and what's great about those is those are... Hold on a second here, I'm just getting my teleprompter happening. When we look at egg foam cakes, they're made with whole eggs. That's chiffon cake, angel food cakes, sponge cakes, those cakes that we've come to know. Cruising down here, we get into a chapter, the part of the chapter where they talk about icing. There's a lot of different types of icing out there. Most of them are sugar-based, but just to rattle off which ones they are, buttercream, there's foam icing, there's fondant, there's fudge icing, we've got ganache, and then there's glaze icing. Glaze icing is when we take powdered sugar, we add a little water to it, and that's like a glazed donut. We'll often see that type of a glaze over cinnamon rolls. There's a great example there. Continuing down here, the chapter also talks about soufflés. I've been exposed in restaurants where we serve soufflés. They're delicate, they're sensitive, they are time sensitive, but boy, if you can do soufflés, you've got something going on there. The book spends a couple of pages on pie doughs, so how to make a 3-2-1 pie dough, that's included. They talk about blind baking. No, this doesn't mean that you're handicapped, it means that you're buying a shell pre-made, a pre-made pie shell. And you don't have to worry about it. You're going to bake it blind because it's going to be perfect. And last, this chapter talks about laminated doughs. And laminated doughs are, they could be like a phyllo dough, or it could be like, I'm trying to think of a puff pastry. That's exactly what we're looking at. And in the book, there's a great example of using a laminated dough to make beef Wellington. It's a great part of the chapter. Anyway, I've got to get out of here, but thank you for coming down. Chapter 20, The Bake Shop. We'll see you at the next chapter, everybody. See you later.